we are going to work on some defensive counterattacks and body positioning when working with the focus pads. So last week, as you know, we've just done some basic combinations, very static, I show the focus pad, you hit the focus pad, but you must understand your opponent will be hitting back at you. So what we're going to do, we're going to stand in our fighting positions, elbows tucked in, never flared out, arms close to the chin. If my opponent throws the jab, the option would be that I'm either leaning on the back leg and I'm covering with the left hand and I'm trying to move to the outside of that punch, or I find myself moving to the inside of that punch. Now always remember, the inside's more dangerous. If I'm facing an orthodox fighter, the right hand is the power hand. So if I'm dodging or slipping to the inside of my opponent's jab, there might be a powerful right hand punch coming my way. So preferably you'd be moving to the outside of the punch thrown at you. But like my cousin said, everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the face. That is in theory. You move to the outside. It's good to practice it, but you cannot just rely on that. So we're going to be moving from leg to leg and imagine your opponent in front of you. Remember, these type of training sessions are meant for people who cannot get to the gym now, who cannot get to the dojo, and they still want to practice their techniques. So I'm working on solo training. A lot of imagination needed. So my opponent does a jab. That means if I'm standing over my center line, the punch is coming straight over the center line here at me from that side. The punch is coming here. I am moving onto my right leg, covering with my left hand. Same jab. Jab's coming my way. I move to the inside, but I'm very, very conscious of that right hand. We come back. So we cover to the outside, inside. Obviously, this can also be done against the cross, but slightly more dangerous. You need to move your body a little bit more. So from here, we're just leaning on the back foot. We're not shifting it for now. We're just spring loading it. 1, we go the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So now let's put the focus pads with that. I'll be facing the camera and I'm just going to be throwing a jab at you. And what I want you to do facing me, remember if you're an orthodox fighter, you'd be left leg in front now. I'm only going to show one side. If you're a southpaw fighter, you need to practice this a bit on your own. So from here, before we show any techniques, I just throw out a jab. And all I want you to do is move to the inside or the outside. So all I'm doing, I'm throwing it at my own chin height for the video. And I want you to just move to the inside or the outside every time. And try and keep the movement as small as possible. It's not a truck hitting you now. It's a very small object. It's a fist, maybe a glove width. And you are moving just out of the way. So it's not a big, huge surface moving at you. You don't have to move that much. Right, our next movement, we're going to take a little bit bigger movement. And this is especially for the power hand, when you are going to try and get out of the way of that danger zone there. So from here, we're going to be pushing off the back foot. So I'm going to be dropping. Imagine the haymakers coming my way. There's a hook coming from, if we look at the center line again, from that side. And it's going to take my head off. So from here, I'm going to duck underneath. And I'm going to move to the side and I'm going to come back. But we're also going to practice it to the other side. So I'm going to be pushing off my front foot. Duck underneath and come back. Pushing off the back foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, not big movements, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Let's look at it with the focus pads. What I want you to try is move to the outside of that arm. So if I'm swinging with this arm here, I want you to move to the outside. If I'm swinging with this arm here, again, I want you to move to the outside. So from here, we start with my left hook. You move to your right side. 1. We go the other arm. 2. 3. 4. 5. I'm exaggerating the move so you can practice. Duck underneath. Move under the arm. If you get stuck, pause the video, start again. Let's do a couple more. And last one. Right, okay, now that we've got more or less the footwork and the positioning of the body, we're going to start on some defensive counterattacks. That means we're not just going to be placing the focus pad. I'm going to be attacking my student, whoever's in front of me, with the focus pad and let them do their counter from a defensive position. Let's begin. Right, we're going to be working through about 6 movements, of which they are actually 3 movements with a variation to each one. So let's look at the first one. My opponent is jabbing at me. So we're going to be working on the plain and simple jab from a self-defense point of view, coming at you. It's a straight attack coming straight at you. You're going to move out the way and you're going to smack the guy. So what we want from here, the jab, from an orthodox point of view, comes from that side of the line and is attacking straight towards my center line here. I am covering, so I'm spring loading on the right leg. I'm using my left arm to cover, and then I'm going to use that energy here, and I'm going to be pushing forward with a cross. So I'm receiving the jab, I'm going on the back foot, and I'm spring loading that leg. I shoot forward with a cross, and immediately jab, cross, and we're ready. So we're just going to stick to that. If you were doing with legs or moving in to actually stop the fight, I leave that up to you. We're just going to start the kind of the entry point to that defensive position. So from here, I cover, cross, jab, cross, and we're ready again. Cover, 1, 2, 3, ready. Cover, 1, 2, 3, ready. Lean on the back foot, that's your right foot. Spring load, push off it. Give the cross, give the jab, give the cross, and be ready. On the back foot, cross, jab, cross, ready. On the back foot, cross, jab, cross, ready. Right, practice that a bit. If you need to, pause the video. And once you are comfortable with that, we're going to start with the focus pads. Right, let's put the focus pads to use. So, if you're facing the camera, I'm jabbing at you. And at that point, you are covering with your left arm and pushing weight onto your right leg. Not extreme, but just enough so that you can spring load off that leg. The focus pad position is this. Now, understand focus pads, it's not intended for full power punches. If you want to be let's put it plain and simple, if you want to be a dick about it and you're going to smash the focus pad into your partner's face, go hit the heavy bag and go fight someone who can hit back. The idea with focus pads is to develop strategy and technique and form. It's not to go hit the focus pad into your friend's face. But the guy with the focus pads also don't go do this and don't put it right in your face here. Just get your shoulder in the way here, get your face out the way, and allow the cross to happen. So from here, that's one. The focus pad is up for the strike, and I'm putting my face away. Then I'm just bringing the left arm, catching the jab, catching the cross, and we're ready again. So there's the jab, you do the cross, you do your jab, you do your cross, and we're ready. So it's 1, 2, 3, your jab, do your cross. 6. Just if you have focus pads, you're doing it with a friend, I'm putting my shoulder in the way here to absorb some of the energy. Again, it's not going to work if the guy tries to hit through the focus pad. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your cross, jab, cross, caught them. 5, 6. Right. Again, if you need to, restart the video, do a couple more. Jabs coming your way, deliver your cross, deliver your jab, deliver your cross. Go practice. For our second defensive combination, our arms are up and I fail to cover and completely slip my body to the outside of the punch. So what does that mean? On the inside, my right arm would then also be inside, so I've completely slipped to the inside. But we're working now on the jab coming through my arms, but my head being out the way. Because if I'm knocked out, the rest doesn't matter. So from here, my head's out the way, but I find that my left arm is still now between, or on the other side of the jab coming my way. So as the jab comes straight at me here, if you're looking at the center line, my head is on one side of the center line, so I've done the spring load here, but my left arm hasn't covered. Was too open, don't know what the reason was for that, but there's a reason why. At this point I find my arm on the inside of that punch. It doesn't go to waste. As I'm ducking here, I'm throwing that lead punch out at my opponent's face. So as the jab comes my way, I get my head out the way and I'm jabbing straight back along that arm. I'm just following the arm straight at my opponent's face. So from here, spring load with a jab. We come back again. Let's just work on that. I go to the right side, my left arm goes to the face. There. And we go back. Now once we've done that, we use that spring load, we come back with a cross, and we're going to add a hook for the final movement. So let's get to position again. I'm jabbing as I get my head out the way, then I deliver my cross and hook. Practice that again. I jab as I move out the way, I bring my cross in with a whole body weight, and I add the final hook. Arm goes out, head goes to side, cross, hook. Head goes to side, jab, cross, hook. Head goes to side, jab, cross, hook. Again, 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Right. Pause the video, work on that. Remember, you are moving your head to the right, your left jabs, right cross, left hook. Then come back to the focus pads. Right, so for this one, the position of your focus pad, you're going to keep it at your chest. You're not going to put it right in front of your face. You can keep it in front of the face out, but then you really need to get your face out the way. So the position is going to be as follows. I'm throwing the jab, but remember now, there's a jab coming on the inside of this arm. My opponent's head, or your head now, should be on that side of my left arm. But I'm going to keep my right hand here to catch the jab. Now, as I said, get it to your chest height here. Imagine as the guy's jabbing, you hitting at his chin now. So from here, there, I'm in position. I catch the jab. Immediately, I'm going to catch the cross. I'm just going to use the same hand here, jab, cross, and catch the hook. So let's go again from here. 1, 2, 3. And we do again. 1, 2, 3. So, hit with your jab, hit with your cross, hit with a hook. Let's go again. And again. Hit with a cross, hit with a jab, sorry, hit with a cross, catch with a hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Right. If you need to, pause the video, run it again, or run this side again, and come back for the third one. Right. For our third combination, and we're going to leave it at 3 combinations this week, and rather do next week the variations on each of these 3 movements. So let's get them right first. I find myself now on the inside of my opponent's jab. So we've dealt with, I find myself completely on the outside. I find my head on the outside, but my arm on the inside. Now I find my whole body on the outside. And then the variation of this one will deal with my head on the inside and my arm on the outside. But we'll deal with that next week. So, from this position here, I slip to my left, to the inside, and I need to remember that my opponent's power arm is now probably coming my way. So I need to be quick with what I'm doing here. I move to the inside, I'm covered. I make sure that my head is as covered as possible, and I'm shooting my cross out. I don't want to jab now. If I'm on the inside completely here and my head is exposed and I jab, that could be quite detrimental to me. So from here, I keep complete cover here. My cross comes out. My cross slides along my opponent's jabbing arm. So understand, it's not a big movement here. The arm is kind of also blocking my opponent's, or obstructing my opponent's jab. So I'm on the inside, I'm covered, the cross is out. From the cross, I'm delivering a hook. I keep that chin covered. From the hook, cross, maybe a jab, maybe a hook, doesn't matter. So, let's go again. So from here, let's keep it a standard movement. I'm on the inside. I've got my cross coming out here. I do a hook. I do another cross. And maybe I do another hook. Let's keep it simple. So, from here, let's go again. On the inside with the cross here. Hook, cross, hook. I'm on the inside here. I deliver by cross, hook, cross, hook. We do again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 with a cross. 2, the hook. 3, another cross. 4, another hook. Let's do again. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. What I want you to do, pause the video, practice that combination, really visualize it, understand, maybe draw yourself a center line here. Your whole body is on the left leg, on the inside of the jab coming from that side. I'm keeping my right arm covered. I'm shooting my left arm covered, sorry. My right arm shoots out, my left arm hooks, my right arm crosses, and my left arm does a final hook. Practice that, then come back to the focus pads. Right, so let's look at how the focus pads fit into this equation. Again, my right hand is going to catch that first punch, which is going to be the cross. And again, I'm going to keep this against my chest here. I'm not going to put this against my face. Just for safety's sake, I'm also going to lean slightly away from it. So I'm giving my jab, and my hand catches the first cross, catch the hook, catch the cross, catch the hook. We do again. There's the jab, and it's simultaneous. It's not 1 and then 2, because what I want you to practice is that as you slip, you counter. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Practice that a bit. If you need to, rewind the video or check it out again. And then next week we'll do some variations on this.